We were out there on a night. On this island, everything would be just right. And the love is strong, but us and the rising sun and our hearts cannot do without. Something's happened kindly, and it's only had it. That's more like it. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Drew Review! We're live on all WNYRadio.com with your host, Drew Farrell! The Drew Review, all WNRadio.com. Give us a call anytime, 716-402-4218. That's our phone number. And now, here's Drew.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Drew with All Western New York Radio, and I'm here with the Big Bottle Rocket. How you guys doing?
Very good.
Good. Today we're going to be reviewing their album titled The Multi-Purpose Room. And so why don't you guys go through and introduce yourselves and tell us what instrument you play.
All right, I'll introduce Brian. He's
Brian doesn't talk. It's pretty
Brian
weird.
Richard Tremba. He's chief songwriter, shares vocals. He's our electric guitarist, our lead guitarist, and our rhythm acoustic guitarist.
So he holds the keys to the city.
Yes.
What, you don't want to introduce me?
Yeah.
Nope.
I'll introduce. Yeah, you introduce him.
Who's doing the introducing? You should introduce the deucer.
Out, huh?
No, it's all good.
I'll introduce. This is the Deuce. He's our bass player. Plays keys. He's I don't know what to say. How do you?
He's a virtuoso. He's a
he's good.
He's the most talented musician.
Your name is the Deuce. Is that what?
The Deuce.
The Deuce.
First name the, last name Deuce.
The Deuce. The Deuce is loose. Deuce Lee.
He's like that, Mike. Yeah,
Deuce
expert player. He handles some vocals
too,
for us as well. And I'm Rich Smith, and I play drums. I also handle some vocals. Kind of did vocals by committee.
I would also consider you coordinator.
I'm events coordinator for the most part too. So
perfect.
Yeah.
Now that we really know you guys.
You got right in the some of my hobbies include.
No, but guys, I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed listening to this album. The Multi-Purpose Room is a really good album, so I'm going to do the review on it, but I was supposed to have Big Bottle Rocket in the studio a couple weeks ago. I don't remember what happened. Honestly, I don't remember.
I blame that on the coordinator. That's why he named me the coordinator, probably for that.
Oh, really? Well, I don't know if it was your fault or my fault. I might not have been able to come because I was working late or something. I don't remember, but basically, I had listened to their album to review it a couple of times, and now that they're here a couple of weeks later, that just means I've listened to it a lot. I've listened to it a lot to the point where I think I know lyrics to the songs and everything.
That's good because we don't.
And I don't know if you want to say it grew on me or whatever, but I just love the album. And I got to kind of preface that by saying I grew up on a lot of classic rock. I grew up on The Who, and when I was a teenager, I listened to Nirvana and the Foo Fighters and even the Offspring and stuff. And there's just a lot of stuff that kind of hit home for me. So here's the review. So their album titled The Multi-Purpose Room has hit the sweet spot. No two songs sound the same, but they haven't traveled out of the bounds of the alternative rock genre. They've embodied many sounds and styles I can hear, like The Who, the Tragically Hip, Nirvana, the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the Offspring, early Foo Fighters, and even the local band some of you guys may have heard of, the amazing All My Children band. That's a long list, but it's easy to cite examples. Right off the top, the song and tone of the bass is Entwistle and Flea-like on Go Now. The song titled Saunter sounds like Behind Blue Eyes and Love Rain Over Me Had a Baby ending with Keith Moon style drums at the end, which is really awesome. Yet it has their stylized vocals, piano, and clapping that kind of kept the song their own style. You can get a real sense of their personality at the beginning of the song and throughout the album with sarcastic sounds that warrant a chuckle. However, their style doesn't rest there. The song Other Truths has a Rush-style riff. The song Dangeresque sounds like The Offspring, and they have a song called New Song B that kind of sounds like Nirvana. Like, it has like a Nirvana feel, but it's broken up by their overall feel of the album. So Take or Want has that tragically hip feel I was referring to earlier, but again is broken up in the chorus with their sound that they have. And their album isn't, a lot of the problems I have is, well, let me just keep going. Their album isn't 10 tracks that could be the same song separated by different keys and tempos, which is a trap many bands fall into. Their album sounded like a full-length album, authentically representing the band, and I appreciate that in an artistic fashion. I will definitely recommend this album to anyone and everyone. So that's the longest review I think I've ever done. But like I said, it's like 2 weeks worth of
It was beautiful.
Yeah,
thoughts.
Beautiful.
It was deep.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
I
actually listened to it.
Dude, I listened to it a lot, the whole album through. And so like I said, like I had my original review, and then so I listened to the album a couple times then, and then knowing that you guys were coming in today, all last week, I was listening to the album to kind of be able to write about it. And so I just kind of combined 2 reviews into like all my thoughts. But yeah, I'm like a fan basically.
That's awesome.
It's cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So that album, the album, was done a little bit of piecemeal too. We had some, I guess, breaks in between when we started recording. So I'd have to tell you the drum tracks were done in 2008.
No shit.
So
wow.
Then there was a break. Then we mixed some of it, and we added some guitars. We took some guitars off. We might have redone some drums. It was really a labor of love. So a lot of that, probably the differentiation in the sound, is something that's just forged over time. Kind of a unique endeavor for us.
I'm kind of assuming you guys recorded it yourselves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay,
This is complete.
I'm just kind of piecing that together now, because typically that would be hard to do if you went to a studio, to be able to take that much time on it.
It would have cost us millions.
Exactly. Well, that's what I was thinking. Is like,
right.
So
it's better off building the building for the studio for the amount of time.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah. Brian's a very astute engineer, and he's got a lot of years in. He originally did recordings starting when he was 12 years old, maybe earlier than that.
I started with a double deck karaoke machine and just kept going back and forth overdubbing. I don't even know what I was using. I think I borrowed my uncle's drum machine at that point. I mean, I don't know.
That's cool.
I built up from there. Yeah, man, it's fun.
Yeah. So, and we've all known each other since high school. And
how long ago was that? Because people at home that can't see you.
I don't know, many moons ago. The band's been together since at least 2004.
Okay.
So coming out at that time. And
is that like, how long ago is that? Like
11
years.
12 years, 2 decades. A couple of U.S. presidents and some changes.
That's cool, man.
Yeah. So we've known each other that long, but then I heard songs. He always just kind of hung out. We had a guitar room at school. And he wasn't in guitar class. And if you listen to the guitar tracks, you'll understand that part of it. But I guess none of us are real well, you're classically trained. You played a stand-up bass.
Yeah, spent many years in the orchestra.
Oh, okay. So what's the orchestra?
High school orchestra.
Oh, high school. I thought you meant that could have meant a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yo.
And then you were supposed to be in the jazz ensemble, but you were always late.
Yep.
So that's good.
You guys were on time today.
We were on time.
Showed up at the studio early. That was cool.
Well, we so I was best friends with him, and I started doing music at all because I met him, and he was the virtuoso in the room. He was also kind of like the weirdo in the back of the room. Deuce. And I said, hey, the Deuce, I met this guy, and he had a Volkswagen Beetle that he drove. He was a neat guy, and he could play like no other.
You're like the original hipster.
Yeah. So we kind of attached ourselves to each other, and you came along a bit later, but you'd always like poked your head in. I knew you play guitar, and but you weren't really involved. And then we heard some of your recordings, and
I
Well,
actually
I
don't think
remember
met
you
till
had-
after high school.
Yeah, I don't think I really knew you two after high school. No, but to pick up on that guitar store, you had that 12-string guitar. I think you were the only one in the school that had the 12-string.
Yep.
And I loved, I was just learning the Zeppelin song, Over the Hills and Far Away, at that point.
Yeah.
So any chance I got to just
Nice.
like go down there, hey, let me play that song on that guitar.
steal the guitar
Yeah,
for a minute
yeah.
and play it.
Yeah, the 12-string in high school was like the holy grail.
Yeah. It's such a cool sound. We still got that 12-string. Actually,
Yeah.
he rebuilt it a couple years ago. He was really good at that too. But so he had a CD called Brown Box, which is all these original recordings, a drum machine, and it was just actually some of the songs. I don't think on this album, but off our first album, those songs started there, and then that's what really got us interested. And we had kind of some life events that happened that put us in the same place in 2004, and we just recorded an album. We were in college, recorded an album called Walk on Water, which we're
Cool.
kind of remastering and working out now. We're going to try to release it around Christmas time as a special treat.
Come back around that time. I'd like to hear it.
Yeah. We'll have the first copy of it.
Cool.
So, because you're the only.
Because I hooked back up with you guys right after that album.
Yeah. And then we got together, so we did all that, and then did some shows, and we kind of got into the multi-purpose room maybe around 2007, 2008 or so. We did it. We weren't really happy with the sound of it. Couldn't get it nailed down, and a lot of that was us doing the recordings ourselves and having to go through but I guess the goal at that time was we could just pay and go into a studio or do something like that, but more of the journey was to master what we were doing.
Yeah, I totally got that. I mean, that's like I said, I feel like you could kind of read between the musical lines on this album. Like I can hear a lot of, like I said, like you can get your personality out of it. You know,
Yeah.
I felt like that was a very unique thing that you don't really hear on an album. You know, I mean,
well, time allows that. Because having to not run into a studio, having to not rehearse 9 songs,
right,
and run in there and play them like in a day or two
and
to
try
save
to get,
on budget.
Exactly. Yeah.
This thing, it may have taken an obscene amount of time, but we really baked in every creative idea.
That's the thing too. It took us, when we first started it, we weren't like, it wouldn't have sounded like it does now. We had to I don't think we were, as a band, as players, what we needed to be at that point to have it sound like it needed to sound.
He probably would say he was.
Well,
Always learning.
Yeah.
Never know everything.
Yeah, but even recording wise, like we've come leaps and bounds, and now it's to the point where we still do everything ourselves, but we can, I should correct that. We do almost everything ourselves. This album, to kind of put a finishing touch on it, we hooked up with Anthony Casuccio, who he's the president of the Buffalo Music Hall of Fame, and he's actually been nominated. He might have won a Grammy. He's at least been nominated for a few. A really good guy, and we actually got a donation from a second relative of Brian's, who I happen to work with.
Wow.
Who handed us a couple $100, and we got everything mastered through Anthony, and he kind of just took what we did and affirmed, I think, like what we kind of questioned. You know, we had all this stuff hidden and nobody heard it, so we didn't really know if it was good or not. And there was that self-doubt, like, okay, so a musician has creeping self-doubt, like I guess that's
right, yeah.
But Anthony got it, and he was actually, I think, pretty impressed. Or he's being nice, but I think he's really pretty impressed of the tracking we did. He glossed it up a little bit and got it ready for folks to listen to.
So is that this album or the last?
That's
album?
the multi-purpose room, yeah.
Okay, cool. So how many albums do you guys have?
Two total.
Okay, and then you guys are going to release the remastered version of the first album,
Right. Walk on Water. Yeah. Cool. And we did some other stuff in the meantime. He's had a ton of other writings and things going on in the process there, but it's been a journey, but a worthwhile one. If you're happy, we're happy.
Dude, I really liked it. Do you guys want to play a song off of it? I've got it pulled up here. I could play it.
Yeah.
If you want. Or you guys could do it live, but whatever you guys want to do.
Yeah, let's share some of the album.
Yeah.
And which is available now at BigBottleRocket.com.
Oh, cool.
And I think it asks for a small donation there, but you can listen to the tracks for free on there as well. The point is to share it. Take or Want is really our lead track.
Yeah, I like that song.
And I think a track that most people know us by, that's probably the logical thing to kick off with.
Yeah, this is on Bandcamp, so you guys can check it out on Bandcamp. And also, if you want to call in, do so. You can get in on the conversation. Call in at 402-4218, and we'll be here. You guys can talk to the band. I'm here with Big Bottle Rocket, and this is Take or Want.
Take a look, take on everything you thought, take on everything you thought you know. There's a want not to turn into a machine, not to run the future down the hall. Hello, I can never tell you, I know. I can never tell you, take one, take on everything you thought, take on everything you thought you know. Take one, take on everything you got, take on everything you got to know. Give me one, force your faith and stack some blocks and think of something that hasn't yet been time. Single pieces of the bread will should be all as they come with welcome peace. Hello. Hello. I can never tell you I know. I can never tell you take on everything you got, take on everything you got to know. Take one, take on everything you got, take on everything you got to know. Take a look, baby, I'll turn it over. Close your eyes, tear it down, but it won't be. If I would take one, feel the wall. Got it up, I'm Take one, take on everything you've got, take on everything you thought you know. Single pieces of the bread will should be all as they come with welcome please. Hello. Hello. I can never tell you I know. I can never tell you. Take one, take on everything you got, take on everything you thought you know. Take one, take on everything you got, take on everything you thought you know. Break it out, turn it on. Close your eyes, tear it down, burn it up. If I would take a walk, build a wall. Not enough, something
All right, that was Take or Want by Big Bottle Rocket off the album titled The Multi-Purpose Room. And yeah, that was a great song. I mean, I was just talking about how the intros to all the songs, you know, the first, I don't know, 30 seconds of a song is always a little bit different than you know, the song kind of evolves, and it's cool. I like the way that it is, you know, it's just cool. I just like it. Yeah, so if you guys are watching live on YouTube, Richard over there is swigging on some Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey 101. Brian drank my flask dry.
So,
hey, I did want to, I got a couple messages during that break there.
okay.
So shout out to Craig who's listening. Craig's our primary design and photographer.
Craig
Syracuse Photography and Industries. he's got an eye like no other. But most everything you see that we do graphic art wise or photo wise is he's responsible for that with a little bit of insight from us. So we appreciate that.
Well, he's known us a long time too.
Yeah, he's part of that original clan. So
no, it's cool. I think it reflects your music good. Like it's a lot of like different like on the Bandcamp, like
a collage.
It's all like a collage. Like I said, like the thing I like about the album is that it's got like so many different styles of music. So yeah, I think it fits.
I think a lot of bands, like we were talking about on the break a little bit, a lot of the writing nowadays is really stale. There's none of I'm gonna sound really narcissistic here. I don't mean to, but it's just like that's what's missing in music nowadays is the song. Every verse sounds the same. Like I'm glad that you caught that.
Yeah,
they find their spot and then they just keep hitting it.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, it's an easy trap to fall into, especially for a new band and they're trying to get their identity and. You know, you want to get put up on like a lineup at a, you know, when you like, you know, when you get booked for a show, the booker's looking for a band that sounds like the headliner. You know what I mean?
Right.
To kind of fit that scene. So everybody, you know, kind of picks a scene and that's the way it goes. But this is cool. Yeah, it's just all over the place. I like it.
And when we're mostly unsure about half of what we're doing and writing, not that we should or shouldn't be, it behooves us to basically do something different each time. We almost force ourselves that way because we're not sure that any one thing is or is not working. So we should just throw 9 different things against the wall and see what sticks.
Was I right about the not so much the influences, but like the styles? Like, are you going for like a Flea bass? Are you going for you know, like that Keith Moon style drums on Saunter at least, or like what is there like style influences?
Oh, definitely. You nailed a lot of the groups and the sounds in that, and I'll let you speak for yourself, but we're not aiming to do that, but you know, it's tough because everybody asks every musical group, you know, what's your style, who your influences, this type of thing. It's a difficult question because then everybody wants to answer and say, well, what we do is organic and it's just of ourselves. We, not to be cliche, really, really put thought and time into doing that, but ultimately, I can't change that Keith Moon was the drummer that gave me license to not be a super metered good drummer because I wasn't. So I wouldn't have been John Bonham, but I could be Keith Moon kind of. And the Who was a huge influence. And then I know I'll let you.
Yeah, Deuce. Definitely Flea's big influence. And I think it helps too that all 3 of our influences are separate but the same.
Yeah, that's cool.
We all have an element that we add to the songs. Yeah, I mean, Flea's a big influence. You know, Rush, Geddy Lee is.
Yeah, Geddy Lee. Yeah, that you have like a similar tone a lot of the times.
Right? I modeled probably a little bit after him, but a different style of playing. You know, he's very. I try to keep it a little open sometimes.
Yeah,
I like to give it some room to breathe.
So technical.
Yeah,
he's technical.
And we like each other's music too, for the most part. Like I wasn't a big Nirvana fan. As much as him.
Who's him?
Brian. Brian, I forgot, right? So Brian, well, he could explain it, but I didn't know as much about Nirvana or Dave Grohl, for instance. And he got me into that. And then these recordings, and I almost always played, and a lot of what we did and connected on, Brian and I, was playing with original music right from the beginning, learning to play with original music. Like I didn't know covers. I don't know how to play other people's songs. Yeah. So again, having to be organic.
That's cool.
And the Nirvana stuff, like Dave Grohl, for instance, I'm not Dave Grohl, but there's certain elements that I love about Dave Grohl because he's fantastic, right?
Yeah, totally.
Rock and roll's nice guy. But things that bleed over that you introduced me to that I wouldn't have done before, that we really heavily influence each other's style. And then the songwriting forced us to find different ways to play too.
Yeah, there's definitely a few things that I didn't like particularly until my eyes were opened. I mean, you got the Beatles on your shirt, and I never really was a huge Beatles fan until, you know.
I still find that. Yeah, I still find that
hard to believe.
Yeah, sorry, guys, I was just drying my tears over here.
Well,
that is really.
I am now. It's so universal. I mean, to each his own.
You know? Hour on this.
Yeah, no, to each his own. To each his own. I learned a lot. I didn't really like. I've heard Rush and stuff, but like even like lately, like they're all over 97 Rock, like the radio and stuff too. Like I don't know. they're a big band. Like the Who I like too, but like I wouldn't have liked them as much as I do now. I don't know. It's good.
The
and
Beatles are the shit. I'm saying I grabbed my box of tissues in feeling bad for pitying Deuce over there.
Right.
No. Did you ever? Well, we just get it straight. I like the Beatles now.
Yeah.
I guess I never really listened to them.
I got you.
Like, but you heard the bass line in Drive My Car, right?
Yeah. Well, you know, it's so hard to hear on those old recordings.
Oh.
It is.
You're a little more particular. Brian's a little more particular with his tastes. In my opinion.
Yeah, I know. He's always going to say that. But I kind of think that benefited me in the long run.
Well, yeah, you write the songs, right?
Yeah. It's a mix. It's interesting. Like I still don't until recently actually have considered myself even like a guitar player, let alone like that good of one, because I never picked it up to be a guitar player. I just wanted to use it as a tool to write. And like, I don't know, just like I hear things in my head, like melodies and stuff. I don't know, just want to get them out. And it was like make different sounds about it. That's what, like, we always go back and forth, Rich and I, the guitar tones like of In Utero and Nirvana and stuff, because that's kind of how I started. That's how I originally sounded. Okay. He thought it was terrible. A, just kind of didn't really know any better at the time, and B, I don't know. I that's kind of why I write music, is not necessarily to have a good sound and fit something. It just sounded like it fit and it needed to be there and it was good. Yeah. So I take that perspective.
Yeah, that definitely grew on me.
Yeah.
That was a lot of noise to begin with.
Yeah, well, I also got better though. I also adapted because, you know,
your guitar. I mean, he came in very Billy Joe Armstrong, Kurt Cobain, just a lot of power chords.
Yeah,
which
makes it sound like the Who more than. I mean, you like the Who, like that is actually a huge reason why I think it sounds like the Who. Is that big
with
sound,
the drumming and the bass?
You know, yeah, like it all combines into that. And if you didn't have those, you know, like fuzzy guitar distortion, long power chords, it probably wouldn't even sound like it, you know.
And really, the progression, just watching over the last 10 years as a guitarist, has come all the way from being someone who didn't really care too much about what type of guitar they were playing, what the amp was. Power chords just was always a vehicle to write songs, and always was very, very good with melodies. That was the key. That's what the key to all these songs was the melodic quality. And then now to watch him get in a room, and he's very much a Jimmy Page Slash type of lead blues guitar. It's very dialed in with his tone, a couple different amps, 100 pedals, all this type of thing happening. So the progression there is neat because it gives us a whole different arsenal to write even beyond multi-purpose room, because this recording is even a little bit dated for us.
Okay. What are you guys writing right now? What are you guys doing right now?
Well, best way I would say, like, New Song B, probably the weirdest song on there. One of my favorites. It's kind of a little bit more in that direction, more melodic though. And then we also have like Rich writes a lot of songs. Like he has a lot written now. I'd probably gonna incorporate those somehow, but they sound totally different. So that brings like a whole other dynamic to it.
Let's do you want to play New Song B?
Yeah, that would be a good. Yeah, it'll be an interesting one.
If you don't want to,
let's
do that. And then we've got
this one's you were saying. I think this is the one I said sounded like Nirvana.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's play it. So
it's my favorite. It's weird.
Yeah, I like this one. So this is also one of those where it starts off sounding like Nirvana, and then by the end doesn't sound like the beginning of the song. You know what I mean? Like it evolves.
Yeah, a few different parts.
Cool. Yeah,
and then
it's nice. Yeah. So this one is New Song B. I'm here with BigBottleRocket, and we're listening to the Multi-Purpose Room. You guys can find it on BigBottleRocket.com or Bandcamp.com. Check out their Facebook, like their page, and after the song, call in at 402-4218, and you guys can join in on the conversation. This is New Song B.
I'll take a long way. I can't always have what I wanted in a hurry. I'm trapped in these habits. I don't want it, I don't want it. write the song when I no, I can't always have what I need you to be whole. Though I have I'm in control when I text this all day long. And sign the holes, though I can't always have that about me, so that's
All right, that was new song B. I'm Drew. This is the Drew Review on All Western New York Radio, and I'm here with Big Bottle Rocket. We are listening to the Multi-Purpose Room that just came out, so you guys can check it out on Bandcamp. So if people wanted to see you play live, where would they go? Where have you guys been playing, and where are you guys gonna play next? And
YouTube in about 2 minutes. No.
there you go.
We just came off a string of shows that we did through April, May, and June, and we got out to Woodlawn Beach. We got down to the Mohawk Place, I think, a couple times.
Tudor Lounge,
Cool.
Things like that. So we were hooking up with some bands that we appreciate, and in the area, Surviving Friday and Irregardless, and Chris at the Tudor Lounge, and those guys who really helped us out, and Mel at Woodlawn Beach gave us an opportunity, which I think was a highlight of this whole recent run, the highlight of the last couple of years. On July 3rd, we did the big fireworks display at Woodlawn Beach.
Yeah, nice.
So we played in the outdoor stage, and then we kind of just ran through while the fireworks were going on. And a buddy of ours is a drummer for Irregardless, Mike Creenan. He actually jumped up on the drum kit, and we kind of went 4-piece for a minute. We did, I think, Rockin' the Free World. We're an American band.
You guys do covers then when you play out?
In that scenario, the fireworks are going off, so we found Fortunate Son by CCR. That's maybe a half.
Did you guys prepare for all that? Like practice those songs, or?
Yeah, we got in at least an hour of practice.
Much as we do.
Yeah, a little bit of practicing on that, but yeah, we just did that to kind of give some folks just those type of songs during the fireworks. But an amazing moment to look up, or looking at him and then seeing the fireworks and looking over him, and was like, wow, this is the best.
Like in the Sandlot when they're playing under the fireworks.
Yeah.
It was pretty surreal.
It was a magic
cool,
moment.
man.
When there was thousands of people out there.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Full spacious skies.
It was like, wow, we've reached the pinnacle. Well, nowhere to go, but nowhere to go from here. It's all over, but it was a pretty sweet ride.
What shows do you have coming up?
We have no shows coming up. No, we've got nothing officially on the books. We got a little bit of a transition period where we're looking at maybe touring with the not with this lineup, but maybe adding a member because our sound's dictating that a bit. Some of the newer stuff we're writing, and regardless of that, or irregardless of that, we will hopefully be doing something at the Mohawk Place to do an actual album release party, have physical copies there, do all that, and if you go to the Bandcamp, you can just go to BigBottleRocket.com. That'll take you right to the Bandcamp, and you can check out the album there and do all that. But once we have a date locked down on that for the CD release, we'll get everybody out and hopefully roll some video on it. And
do you guys have merch?
We do. Do you want some?
Well, sure.
All right. I didn't know.
I was just thinking.
I didn't know.
Excuse me. I was just
thinking. There's gonna be 2 here. I only brought one.
You probably sell it on BigBottleRocket.com, right?
No, we're not in the e-commerce age, but there it is. We've made that T-shirt. There it is. That's yours.
That's awesome, man.
Hope you're an XL because that's all we got left.
Well, I'm definitely.
I got one XXX, but I don't know who that's going to. Our biggest
fan. Those are the ones you throw out to the audience. The XLs and the triple XLs.
Yeah. Triple XLs are for the chicks.
That's like a nightgown.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All you should wear.
That's what I'm saying.
What's more tempting than that than just
a triple XL band T-shirt?
Just coming at me just in your Big Bottle Rocket shirt. I know you listen to good music.
So call in at 402-4218 and get in on this conversation.
So if you're interested in doing that, there's one T-shirt left. That could be you.
What contest are you guys doing to win the T-shirt? Selfies to message you on Facebook.
Yeah. What is that? Private messaging?
Yeah, something like that.
In my DMs or something?
I just read today, speaking of selfies, some chick murdered her boyfriend with a knife or something because he didn't like her selfie thing or something quick enough that she put on the internet.
My gosh.
Wow.
He didn't like it quick enough?
Well, that was
heavy.
That was like when the
Pretty
cops
heavy.
got there. I don't know.
Dude,
selfies. It was just a really weird story I heard.
It's like Netflix and kill.
Yeah. That's intense.
That's crazy, dude.
And the reasoning, yeah.
I don't get into that whole Insta-face thing.
And what influence has that had on you writing songs?
None.
What does influence you writing songs?
Nothing.
Just a big empty void.
It's in between his
outer
ears.
space. No.
Just letting consciousness be a plane and you could just kind of grab stuff off of it.
Yeah. There's this neat thing
that's kind of how it happens, really.
There's this neat thing besides playing guitar that Brian does where he puts a balloon over a campfire. If you ever go camping with him, he'll do it at least 4 dozen times. He wants you to understand that the molecules are expanding. Is that right? And then it makes the balloon flow.
You are an engineer, right?
Yeah.
We had a football at our last camp. It was deflated. And the only way to, I don't know, the quickest way, we didn't have a pump. So you heat it up. The air expands. Yeah. I don't know. Just thought it was a logical thing to do. So
you Bill Nye it. That's all.
Yeah. It's so scientific.
So that's cool.
I do what I can.
It's things that, the universe, sometimes it be like it is,
For you to be super technical thinking, it's crazy because it doesn't reflect on your music.
I'm all over the place.
I'm
a weirdo.
Yeah.
That's why.
Hey, if you're weird too, come join us. Listen to our album. Hang out with us.
Call in at 402-4218.
Yeah, let's get weird.
Let's get weird. That should be your next T-shirt.
Oh, yeah. We should do that.
Let's get weird.
Just let's get weird. Big Bottle Rocket.
The next album.
Put like a silhouette of the Deuce on there.
That reminded me of School.
No, that was our
when
first
he's
shirt.
Like, let's rock today. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, and Jack Black's actually a huge influence on us.
Really?
Tenacious D?
You like that Tenacious D?
It's pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, man. I remember listening to Tenacious D. That one song was with the demon on the side of the road or whatever.
It was Dave Grohl.
Dave Grohl was the guy dressed as the demon.
Dave Grohl was the
demon
devil in the.
I didn't know there was a video.
On the video, he was not
I just
in the
feel
TV
like
series.
My mind is blown right now.
YouTube, the video Tribute by Tenacious D.
Is he on the recording, like the song?
He drums on the album.
Yeah,
that's why it's awesome.
Oh my god, I'm embarrassed.
The Tenacious D album.
Seriously,
Dave Grohl drums. He played live shows with them,
dude.
Yeah, Wonder Boy's like a total.
So fucking embarrassed right now that I didn't know that.
Don't be.
Dude, Dave Grohl drummed on that album.
On the not the Pick of Destiny. That's like the newer one.
Right.
They did
like
for the movie that flopped. the original Tenacious
Right,
D
the-
album.
Like Wonder Boy.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
a typical Dave Grohl beat too, if you listen closely.
That's so
Open hi-hat,
crazy.
snare.
Yeah, 2 snare hits with no bass in between. That's Dave Grohl.
Yeah.
See what happens when you listen to a CD like growing up before the internet. You know what I mean?
You don't get all the
I
info.
don't even know
Exactly.
how.
There, like if I had just discovered Tenacious D today, let's say, okay, the first thing I would do is Google it, and I
Right.
would know all that shit.
Right.
But when you hear it, like you don't like the first time I heard it, I didn't even know there was a guy who played with Jack Black.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Gass.
Yeah, like I didn't at
Rage
first
Cage.
until I saw on the movie Tenacious. You know what I'm saying? Like in the Pick of Destiny.
Yeah.
Like that's how I had to figure shit out because I didn't have like the internet.
They met in acting school or something.
It's crazy.
And they were like, hey, let's write these really epic, beautiful songs, these wonderful melodies, and this really heavy lyrical content.
We're talking about Tenacious D right now. Yeah. This is Big Bottle Rocket. We're reviewing the multi-purpose room. Do you guys want to play a live song?
We can.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was
we would.
Sure.
That was about a 60%
We
yes.
decided earlier that we would do Saunter because because you had sent a message saying that
it's
you
like my
fancied
favorite
that song.
Yeah, I love that song.
And it lends itself well to acoustic environments. I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I would say that it's probably the most organic song that we ever wrote. And it started with, I started playing a chord that I learned, some type of diminished chord. And within a few minutes, you took the guitar out of my hand to play it right. And then it developed into something. And then it was also, so it was the most organic to write, but it was actually the toughest one to get close to how we wanted and interpret it and get it on the album. So even the version on the album is like, it's a version we like, but it's not even near the original version. So maybe this here will be a little closer to how it was originally.
Okay,
and
cool.
That'll be neat. The sun may rise and saunter into the wind, and the sun may rise in the eastern sky where the songbirds flying. The trepidation of knowing its cause within. Don't want those scars, 10 million stars, not one are ours. Take it somewhere in life. She goes, she goes. Some may undercommit in love in the wrong. Yeah. And the sun may rise and saunter into the wind. And the sun may rise in the eastern sky where the songbirds fly. Investigation of nothing is cause within. Don't want those scars, 10 million stars, not one are ours. Not one are ours. Take it somewhere in life. She goes, yeah, she goes, yeah. Some may undercommit in love and not wrong, yeah. There it is.
Very cool. That was Saunter. I'm here with Big Bottle Rocket. That was off the album Multi-Purpose Room. You guys could get it at BigBottleRocket.com. Yeah, guys, I like that song a lot. I just like it. It reminds me of like I already
You
said
Can Have It
on the review, but like Behind Blue Eyes and like I don't know. It's just cool. It's a fun song, man.
I never thought of it that way, but
Yeah,
I can't argue.
I
with
love
it.
thinking of it that
Yeah.
way.
No, it's good.
Probably a lot better to think of it that way.
Like it, you know what I mean? Like it switches midway through the song to like a totally different style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just cool. I don't know.
We got a little bit of the elongated outro.
We didn't play that though.
You know what
We
though?
played
It
it
makes
We
it
started it. You guys had to stop me.
it makes it really evident though that you guys didn't go in trying to sound like anybody, which is, I mean, like that's just what you sound like. That's what's really cool to me is, you know, like a lot of people are trying to sound like a lot of people.
And the greatest compliment that you can give someone, I think as a musician, is that, right? Because that's what everybody's probably striving for, is to do their own thing. It's really hard to find your own voice, and it's really easy to get into cover bands, you know, not that they don't have their place, and it's an all right
They make
thing,
money,
but,
man.
yeah, it's right. So to do original music is really tough, but it's worthwhile. So like when you get something at the end of the day that you can listen to, even if it's just a souvenir, a memento between yourselves, it's pretty awesome. And then if somebody else hears it and likes it, then that's.
And I honestly, like in my heart of hearts, don't really care if anyone else hears it. To be honest,
Right.
I don't know.
Something
No,
for
that's cool.
yourself.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. I write music because I like writing music, and yeah, that's really it.
I just keep saying it over and over. You can tell. I can get you can get that attitude. You can hear that attitude in the music. You know what I mean?
It's pretty awesome.
It's cool.
I have a suggestion for a track if folks want to listen.
Yeah, for sure. Let's play it. We got like 10 minutes, so we could play a track or two, and then maybe just wrap it up. Two songs, talk a little bit in between them, or whatever. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
what song you thinking?
Why are you looking at me? You're the one with the idea.
Yeah, you are. He's right.
I thought it's one that we don't highlight a lot, but I kind of like it. It's the first track off the album. It's called God Impose.
Okay.
It's something that's
That sounded like a German word, by the way.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
God imposed, not God imposed.
And I don't know what it even means.
It does sound German.
That's one of those titles that got thrown in. But yeah. So it's a neat track. It's very pacing. It's moody. It's to me very much what the tone of this album is to begin with, which was a tight, dark, smoky room that nobody else but us three were in for a long time making this, and now we're here.
Awesome. All right, this is God impose. God impose.
I fear I'm losing all my interest, all my years. And I look like someone in need. I believe on touch unseen. now in the movement, in the moment, feel the fear. Touch me up, my inner state with no control. So I say that you're God, that you're God, that you're I'm using all my instincts, all my years. No time sleeping, the way you speak, the right faces, but nobody cares. Let your God let your God let your
All right, that was God Imposed by Big Bottle Rocket.
Hello.
The album is The Multi-Purpose Room. You guys can get that at BigBottleRocket.com. And you guys should call in at 402-4218. We got a little bit of time if you guys want to talk before we play another song. So
I just want to shout out to Rachel and Jolene for shooting me text messages.
Jolene, I ain't about to go straight. You know that
What's
song?
that? No, what's that one?
Jolene by Ray LaMontagne.
Oh, I know that.
Great song, dude. Do you know it?
Dolly Parton. Yeah, that's the one she knows.
Okay,
Jolene.
Well, that's definitely not the same song. Dude,
No.
check out Jolene.
I'm not doing that. Joe, go check out that song. What is it?
Check out Jolene by Ray LaMontagne.
Yeah, go check that out.
It is insane. Love that song. Anyways, shout out to you, Jolene.
Don't worry, Rachel. Write a song called Rachel. And then people will talk about you.
Then what? Maybe Big Bottle Rocket will write a song.
We'll just
Rachel.
retitle the next song.
Yeah, we're always short on titles anyway. We're always trying to struggle.
Yeah,
Sure.
that's how we come up with things like new songs.
It'd be like naming like dogs or something. Like the next songs in our album would be like Daniel, like Rachel, Timothy.
We should just name them all our friends.
The most popular songs of 1992.
Everybody we know. We should just name
names.
What's it
not
called?
songs.
Wow. What's that mix? I don't know. Not Jock Jams.
No, now that's
Jock
what I
Jams.
call
That's
music.
what respect the
Now
Jock Jams.
it's the now
Oh,
thing.
now.
now CD.
Isn't WoW like the religious version of that? Like the gospel version of covers?
Yeah, and then there's Kids Bop.
Yeah.
The kids are singing the songs. So that's really the pinnacle of rock when you are in if you're looking at nursery like lullaby CDs.
Oh yeah, dude.
And then they got the like
I've
Pink
got a
Floyd
Pearl Jam
for
one.
babies.
Yep, I got it. Yeah, definitely, dude. There's
That's
Journey
awesome.
too.
Yeah.
At the baby shower, a bunch of people bought them
I'm always
For-
disappointed in
for
that.
my daughter.
Yeah. I had 2 kids during the making of this album. That's what happened. Took so long. Made 2 kids during the making
I
of this
made
album.
2 people before I made one album.
That's right. That's
that
really
should be a T-shirt.
put this in perspective. Key, Coco.
So, what song are you guys thinking about playing here? Taking us out with?
We're gonna do Rachel. Oh, that didn't sound good.
You guys leave that to me.
Okay.
With a bass slide. That's basically
He drops the bass note.
that's an exclamation point where I come from.
Wow. Is it that time to do that? We've got one other 3-minute pop song. It's called The Beehive. And The Beehive is a many-faceted thing, but it's also part of this new batch of songs that we're really proud of. So, yeah, we did the Walk on Water thing, and we'll have that remastered now to everyone before the year's end. And we got Multi-Purpose Room, which is our labor of love and a bit of a nightmare turned into a dream, and then everything in between. And
a bit of a nightmare turned into a dream,
and everything in between.
I think it's more of a bit of a dream turned into a nightmare.
Well, we want to do it. Then it was like a prison in the studio, and then it we caught a wave, and then it got better. And
have you been watching James and the Giant Peach or something lately?
No, I don't. I haven't been watching TV that much. So if you want to talk TV, The Walking Dead.
There you go.
Do that. Okay, so the Fear of the Walking Dead. I had a moment yesterday where I was going to maybe do that and watch that, and then I just made a conscious decision to not commit to myself or commit to the show that way. I can't go through that. It's like a whole relationship. When you take on these shows, it's a lot involved in that. You got to be there every week. It's just, I got a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, man. I respect that.
Yeah.
It kind of sounds like the inner workings of a beehive.
Yeah. Oh, the chewed up piece of gum analogy. This album's like a chewed up piece of gum.
Yeah,
you just keep
that's actually
the mixing. You like that. That's the last thing I'll add.
It loses its stickiness over time.
Yeah, and then at some point it just becomes fluid or disgusting slop in your mouth, and you awkwardly have to swallow it. It loses all its taste. You just churned it over so much.
Is that better than it hardening under a table, though?
I don't know.
How about hardening under a church pew? That's the ultimate, right?
Yeah.
Let's not talk.
Whoa. We made it almost the whole way without talking about church.
We could talk about religion.
Okie dokie.
Dude, we can. Next time. When you guys come with your next album, we'll do religion.
And that's what the whole album's about. The next one is all about Brian Krempa's views on politics and religion. That's really what the whole
I'm basically really excited about this.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna end the show here with Beehive. Guys, thanks for coming out. This has been awesome.
Yeah, this has been the most fun thing we've done in a long time, and we're super appreciative. You got an awesome thing here.
Yeah,
we hope you have us back. Enjoy the T-shirt, and folks, share the podcast online. It's community here. We're all creating. It's good.
And I will enjoy the T-shirt in ways you wouldn't have thought.
Oh, all right.
At the treetops in the sunshine, there lies a beehive. Killer bee, queen bee. Protect, protect, protect. Tachycardiac bipolar bears. Do they push the bottom? Fly through the street, they hope that big. I know, you know. You get lost when the feeling's gone. Trip, trip. I know, you know. You get lost when the feeling's gone. To the floor, through the cracks on the table. They smell it, stare. They grow hair on their eyelids. Do they push the bottom? They grow hair on their eyelids. Do they push the bottom? Yellow spears fades beneath the carpet. I know, you know. You get lost when the feeling's gone. Click. I know, you know. You get lost when the feeling's gone. With time, that time. Went it through the machine across the floor. Decaying spread through the dust, but no, God is a concept by which we measure our pain.
Beehive.
That's the show, guys. I would love to get into what I thought of that, but you'll have to wait until next time.
6 more years.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks again, guys. And I will see you hopefully in December, like you guys were saying.
Yeah, if not before. We might just start hanging out here. No, this is an awesome place.
I'll be over
We're just
tomorrow.
gonna hang out here.
Props to
You
the
got nothing
Noah.
going on. You'll be here tomorrow.
Guys, we're in Noah's Ark. I have to confess, the Drew Review is always taking place in the Noah's Ark.
Guys,
So
beautiful, man.
we'll see you back at the Ark next time on the Drew Review.
That's it.